Meal prep can help you have quick, easy, and delicious meals ready to grab and go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but there are problems. It's time consuming. We don't want to eat the same things every day. It can be bland and boring. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 mistakes beginners make when meal prepping for the week so you can avoid them and meal prep like a pro in no time at all. Hey guys, Marliese from Simply Fit Mom here, where I help you get food on the table for you and your family fast using meal prep. And today guys, we're going to be chatting all about the top 5 mistakes I see meal prep beginners make when meal prepping for the week, and more importantly, how to avoid those mistakes so you don't have to waste hours and hours meal prepping on a Sunday. You can save money by getting off the takeout train, and you'll finally learn how to make your meal prep a breeze. And before we get into today's video, guys, if you're really committed to meal prepping in 2022 and making your meal prep as quick, easy, and effortless as possible, I invite you to join my Meal Prep Express Masterclass series, where I'm going to be teaching you how to cook an entire week of healthy meals for you and your family in 2 hours or less in 3 quick and easy steps. The link to join the free masterclass is down below this video. And without further ado, guys, let's jump right in to the first meal prep mistake and how to avoid it. The first meal prep mistake that I see almost every meal prepper make, including myself when I first started, was thinking you have to eat the same meal every single day. So for instance, if you made curry chicken on Sunday for dinner, you would make 5 portions, one for Monday to Friday, all the way through. And by Wednesday, you're just sick and tired of eating the same thing. No, thank you. We're going to get rid of that mindset right now. And the biggest tip I have for you around this, guys, is to make smaller portions and different recipes. So let's say you don't want to repeat your meals more than 1 time throughout the week. Well, all you need to do is make 3 recipes. Now, I know it can seem really time consuming to think about doing that. So if you're worried about how long it will actually take to make 3 recipes versus 1, be sure to check out this video right here where I teach you how to make an entire week of healthy meals in 1 hour or less. So guys, biggest tip for that one is to not just make 1 meal for dinner or lunch or breakfast, but to make 3 so that when you're alternating, you only have to repeat 1 time. The second mistake that I see a lot of beginner meal preppers make is, in order to save time, they start buying a lot of convenience foods. And even if they're healthy, that can really start to add up, cha-ching, if you know what I'm saying. When I think about the amount of money I used to spend on cooked and pre-cut chicken breast, cooked or pre-cut fruit, I should say, mini fancy yogurt cups with the little granola included with the spoon, those sorts of convenience foods that are quite healthy, but we can easily do on our own. So if you're worried, again, about spending a lot of time meal prepping, no worries. Be sure to join the Masterclass series, right? Where I'm going to teach you how to make an entire week of healthy meals for you and your family in 2 hours or less. But the biggest thing here, guys, is that you don't have to then overspend on convenience foods just to save time in the kitchen. Because why not just, again, order takeout, right? That's part of the reason we're getting off that takeout train, is because we want to save money. So it's very important, guys. The second biggest mistake I see meal preppers making, and to avoid, is to not get sucked into the convenience foods trap at the grocery store and try and make as much as you can yourself from scratch. The third mistake that I see a lot of beginner meal preppers making is that when they're meal prepping on a Sunday, or whatever day you so choose, you cook 1 recipe at a time. And guys, when you cook 1 recipe from start to finish, and then the next one, and then the next one, it will take forever. And I'm sure you've experienced this before. You only have 2 or 3 recipes to make for the week, but you're spending 3 or 4 hours in the kitchen, and we're not about that life. right? We are about making quick, easy, healthy, and delicious meals that we can grab and go, but not in a way that takes us so much time, right? We're not about that. So my biggest tip for you to avoid this is to cook more than one recipe at a time. Now, if you're like, Marliese, how do I do that? Be sure to check out the video I referenced earlier, and that I'll link below this video as well, how to cook an entire week of healthy meals in 1 hour or less, because I give you an entire strategy step by step on how to do that. But basically, you want to try and batch cook as much as possible. So if you're making, again, butter chicken curry with rice, and you're also making a rice stir fry or pasta with spaghetti sauce, let's put 2 pots of water on the stove, boil the rice and the pasta at the same time. Let's get 2 pots on the stove and actually make the curry sauce and the spaghetti sauce at the same time. All right, guys, so that is my biggest tip in order to avoid spending too much time in the kitchen, is to cook more than one recipe at a time. The 4th meal prep mistake that I see a lot of meal preppers making is that they pick out recipes online that look really pretty, but that take a lot of time to make, or that they have never cooked before. And I know it's easy to get really excited, guys, when you start meal prepping and you see all of these beautiful goddess smoothie bowls and these goddess salad bowls and these elaborate meal prep recipes and these salads with all these different toppings and that sort of thing. I get it. It's really easy to get super excited and drawn into that, and please, by all means, do. But when you're first starting out, it's really important, guys, in order to avoid that mistake, not fall into that pretty meal prep food trap, is to think about foods that you're already comfortable cooking and then enhance those in some way. So coming back to the example of the butter chicken curry, if you're really comfortable doing that, why not try adding some different spices to that? Or why not try making a little loaf of naan bread to go along the side of it, so that when you're meal prepping, it's not taking you forever because you're not making every recipe in your meal prep arsenal for the first time on that day. Try and start your meal prep with recipes you're really comfortable making first, and then once you get really comfortable with the process of meal prepping and you get in your groove after a couple of weeks, then start adding in new and exciting recipes as well. And the 5th meal prep mistake, guys, and this is one that I fell into and I'm sure we've all fallen into, and this is the most common one, okay? And it's something that most of us don't even think of as a mistake, but it is a bit of a pitfall and a trap, and that is thinking when we start meal prepping that we need to meal prep every single meal of every single day, Monday to Friday. Breakfast, snacks, lunch, dinner, we have to do it all. But when you're just starting out meal prepping and you don't have a lot of experience doing that, one of the biggest things that can cause us to feel demotivated is how long we're spending cooking, right, on a Sunday afternoon. Because most of us, especially when we have kids running around and a full-time job and lots of other things taking up a lot of our time, it can be really demotivating for us to step into a kitchen on a Sunday, and to realize we need to spend 6 to 7 hours cooking, and it can be really demotivating. So my biggest tip to avoid that is, if you're starting to meal prep, if you're like, 2022 is my year, I'm gonna start meal prepping, it's gonna be great, my biggest piece of advice for you, you want to join the Meal Prep Masterclass Express series that I am hosting in January 2022, because it is going to be the absolute pinnacle and key, where I'm going to lay out an entire process that you can follow to cook an entire week of healthy meals for you and your family in 2 hours or less. But after you join the Masterclass series, what you're going to want to do is start meal prepping one meal at a time. So if you think about right now, guys, which meal do you find you struggle with the most? Is it dinner, because you're just getting home from work and you're rushing to try and get it on the table? Is it lunches at work or lunches at home, because you find that, after breakfast, lunches kind of sneak up on you, and sometimes you actually skip lunches because you feel so busy throughout your day? Or is it breakfasts? Knowing that if you don't have breakfast prep for yourself, that you just won't eat it. What meal is the most essential that you know you need to meal prep? Otherwise, it's just not going to happen, and it's going to lead to you getting sugary coffees or takeout for dinner. What is it? You're going to start with that meal. You're going to prep that meal and that meal alone for your first week, or even 2 or 3 weeks, until you feel really comfortable. And then when you feel comfortable, you're going to start to add in lunch and breakfast, or dinner and lunch, that sort of thing, depending on which meal you so chose to start with. Alright guys, that's it. There you have it. The top 5 meal prep mistakes that I see all beginner meal preppers making, including myself when I started, and how to avoid them so you can stop wasting time in the kitchen, save money on takeout, and actually make your meal prep a breeze. And of course, guys, I know I've mentioned it a couple of times during this video, but be sure to join the Meal Prep Express Masterclass series if you are serious about eating healthy and learning how to meal prep in the quickest and easiest way possible in 2022, so you can hit and stick to those healthy New Year's eating goals. Alright guys, and of course be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know which meal prep mistake you're currently making and how you are going to use the tips I have laid out for you in this video so that you can avoid that mistake going forward with your meal prep. Alright guys, Marliese from Simply Fit Mom signing off, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!